All right, now this is the alkalinity determination. And from the alkalinity determination and the pH, we'll be able, and the temperature and salinity, we'll be able to calculate all of the components of the CO2 system, the bicarbonate, carbonate, and free CO2. And the way that's done, or one way that's done, is the following. I have here a beaker of seawater from the jug over there by the sink, okay? And the first step is to measure out precisely 50 milliliters of this water, and I'm going to put it in that tri-pour beaker. Now for that, now you can mouth pipette, because that's only seawater, so you can suck this up like a straw. But for the sake of the lawyers, I will show this. This is called a pie pump. And when you roll this thumb gizmo like that, it sucks, right? And then when you push this valve right here, it drains. Now this is a little bit awkward, especially for no guy to use, but I'll try. So I'm going to go. Now this is, again, this is a 50 milliliter volumetric pipette, okay? And I'm trying to hold my hands here so it doesn't get in the way of the photo of the. So now I'm sucking on the pie pump. And what you'll do is you'll see the water coming up, and it's just in the bottom of that wide part. Once you get it to that point, take it like this and roll it around to wash out the pipette. And then you just put that in a slop beaker and just push on this part here on the top, push on the plunger, and you just squirt the water out, okay? If it doesn't all squirt out, just, or let it drain like this, okay? Okay, now once you get that done, now we're gonna take the sample. All right, so I'm sucking, and do this slowly. Let it have time to suck. And I may have to reset it, because it takes quite a bit to fill that. That's my wife, just to ignore it. Okay, now I've got it pretty much all the way extended on the pie pump. I don't think I can get much more. So what I'm going to do is take the pie pump off, hold my finger on the top of the pipette, push the plunger of the pie pump down, put it back on there for another suck. Now I'm rolling the pie pump up again. And now you see the water is almost to the top of that bulb. And now I'm in the top part, and I've got it, I want it to that line right there. Now I've got it far past that, so I take the pie pump off, hold my thumb on the pipette. Now you're not supposed to do that. I did it in practice. Okay, here I'm rolling it up again. You have to be a little bit faster than an old guy. There we are. All right, now I've got my finger on the top of the pipette, and I'm going to let the meniscus down right to that line. And there it is. Okay. And now I just take that and I run it into this beaker by running the liquid down the side of the beaker like that. I'm not splashing it. I'm not just running it in there so it splashes. Can you see that? All right, so it's draining. Draining. Now this kind of pipette you don't blow out. You see that little bit in there in the tip? That's supposed to be accounted for. So now I've got 50 milliliters in the pipette, in the beaker. Now I'll just blow that out on the floor just to get it out of the pipette. All right, now, oh, and one other thing, I'm sorry. Should have done this first, but when you rinse the pipette, you get a little water in the pipette like this. Take that and now run that on the, just squirt it, not very well, on the pH electrode, like that. That rinses the pH electrode. Now I've just calibrated the pH electrode in the last segment of the video, okay? So now I'm ready to go. I just take this off, shake a little bit, put it back in there, just snugly like that, and then take this and just stick it in the seawater, and now you can just kind of move the beaker like this a little bit, and we let it equilibrate. Now you notice the numbers are falling fast, as they would, right? So now it reads 33.1, 31.8, 30.6, 29.8. We'll see how long it takes to stabilize. 24.4, 22.9, 21.4, 19.9. Is it going to go? Yeah, it's going to go negative. Now we just have to wait on this. 8.1. It'll be negative soon here. Still stabilizing. Okay, now while that's stabilizing, I'll go on and explain the next step. The next step is we use a 10 milliliter volumetric pipette like this, and a smaller pie pump, works just like the red one, and we're going to pipette 10 milliliters of this 0.15 normal HCl into here once this stabilizes and we record the value. Okay? Now the purpose of that is we're going to add enough acid to completely blow the carbonate buffer system. In other words, we're going to convert all the carbonate and bicarbonate to CO2, and the CO2 can then escape, and we measure the amount of acid that is in excess. We're going to add an excess amount of acid that's going to completely consume the buffer, and then there's going to be a little in excess. We know how much we add from the volume and the normality of this, and we know how much we have in excess, and the difference in those will be how much was neutralized. And this is as I explained in class. All right, so this is still stabilizing. Slowing down though. Now it's negative 11.8, 12.2. Well, okay, I'm just going to demonstrate. What you'll do is you'll let that stabilize until it says ready, and you be sure to write the millivolts down before acidification. Okay, don't forget that. And then we'll do this thing. All right, here's the acid. Put the pipette all the way to the bottom, or just off the bottom, and suck. And is it sucking? Yeah, it's sucking. Well, I thought it sucked. These pipe pumps sort of suck. Or don't suck. All right, so we reset it. And now you can see the liquid coming to the top of the narrow part. And now I've got it up past the line. And we take it considerably past the line so I can take that off and grab it. And I missed it. So we'll try it again. There it comes. And grab it, and I got it. Okay? All right, then you let the meniscus down right to that line. All right, now this is reading minus 19.5. Let's keep that minus 19.8. All right, now you just let that run right into that same water, just like this. And it can splash. You just run it in there, just like you're just squirting it in. And you notice the numbers on the meter are tumbling like crazy. You touch off the last little drop, and now you've acidified the water, okay? Blot a little bit of. This, by the way, is acidic. If you got it in your eyes, it'd sting like crazy, but it's pretty dilute. If you get it on your hands, don't panic. Just wash your hands. It's not gonna hurt you unless you leave it on your hands all day long. All right, so now the number is in the positive and it's increasing rapidly, and you want to stir it a little bit, probably put a spin bar in there and let it spin just a little bit. Boy, it's really increasing. And anyway, now that should do it. Now you get you run your standard curve from the previous episode, and you convert the millivolt reading from the unacidified seawater to pH, and then from the acidified seawater once this settles, and it should settle fairly quickly. And if the pH after you acidify it is between 3 and 4, you're done, and it should be. Because the seawater I have here, I got again after that tropical storm, and the salinity is low. So anyway, so you write this down. Now I don't see the indicator yet, but I'll write it down anyway. 186.6 after. Okay, now you have what you need to do the calculations. And I talk about the calculations in class and describe them in the protocol. So basically now you're done with this part. So you just take this out, squirt it off with the ionized water again, just the same procedure. Come on, put it in there too tight. I'll break it right in front of everybody. Give it a squirt like that. Little bit of a shake, and then put it back and put it in this beaker, this flask of the green buffer. This is a 7.0 buffer, and the temperature probe doesn't have to go in the flask, just the electrode like that, and then turn it off unless somebody's waiting, and you're done with the laboratory part of this. Okay?